Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I need some lotion, friends. It took me a while to even get started with this video. I was looking for my lotion. I don't want you all to see my crinkly, wrinkly hands dry. I have a messy setup today. Let's get started with turning on the candle. Let's see how long this candle will last. I don't turn it on as much, only when I'm doing a cash stuffing video or I'm doing a video. When I'm sitting here just counting anything that has to do with budgeting, I turn it on. Finally found my labeler. This is pretty old, friends. I was gifted this from my elder neighbor, which passed away, I think 8 years ago. He obviously had it for so many years. Thanks to him for this label maker. May Mr. Joe rest in peace. I've been wanting to make these labels for the longest time. So I was gonna buy one, but then I remembered I had like a box of stuff that was gifted to me, like stationery stuff. So I found it. I'm like, what? It works out perfectly. Sorry, I have things all over the place, but you know what I'm going to do first? I need to get rid of this calendar. We are no longer in September. All the months are a different color. That's pretty cool. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a monthly budget with me. We are in a new month, October 2023. I like to highlight the paydays. My husband gets paid on Thursday. I get paid on Friday. So I'm just going to put payday here. I'm going to highlight, for example, we get paid on the 11th and the 12th. So with these two paychecks, we have to pay the bills that fall on after these days. And the first 2 weeks, or the week and a half, or the week before, we had to pay our bills with the check prior to this one. Our mortgage is due on the 1st of every month. I can't wait for the paycheck from the 12th of October or the 13th of October. I can't wait for this cash to pay for our mortgage, which is due on the 1st. So I have to budget with the check prior to that one, which was September 28th and September 29th. Which something interesting happened with my work. I didn't get a paycheck. There was, what's it called? There was like a scam in the system. It was a big shutdown. So no one got direct deposit, so they had to issue us a check. I wasn't too worried about it since most of my income from my work goes to paying off debt. I'll just wait for that check to come in the mail because we were supposed to go pick it up at the office. I just didn't pick it up because it was going to be on a weekend. The next option was that they were going to mail it to everyone. Once I have highlighted this, what I'm going to fill in are what needs to be paid with what check. So for example, with these two paychecks, as I mentioned, I can't pay my mortgage. So with these checks, I'm going to budget funds are going to be to pay off the bills that fall under these days. And then with this last paycheck of the month of October, I will be saving money to pay our mortgage. When the 1st of November falls, I can just go and pay our mortgage with this check. Before I fill in what our expenses are, I need to start over with my budgeting. A couple reasons I want to do that. Now, I thought I had done this already, but even though we've paid off a lot of our debt in a year, I feel like as if our debt is still there, I feel like it's still too much what we owe. So I want to budget again. I just want to start over and make sure that I distribute all of our funds or all of our cash goes to the right places. Also, I canceled many of our sinking funds because I thought they weren't necessary, and some of them weren't. For example, we don't need clothing. I mean, obviously we do, but right now at the moment we have other priorities. So I mean, I don't need clothes, my husband doesn't need clothes, my son might, but not right now. So that sinking fund can be eliminated for right now. There are things that I've been eliminating, some sinking funds that need to come back into our budgeting. For example, toiletries. Those kinds of things, I've been using my credit card when I don't want to use my credit card anymore. So like to buy some soap, toilet paper, things that we don't buy as often, but I do still want to save for those expenses when they come around. So I need to add a sinking fund or make a budget envelope for that category. So for right now, I'm just going to make a list of all of our expenses, all the bills, everything that we have to pay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split all of our expenses, I'm going to split them in two, paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. What am I going to pay with the first paycheck of the month? What am I going to pay with the second paycheck of the month? That's what I plan to do. So stick around if you are interested. If you find this video interesting, please consider subscribing. My name is Delia. Hello, by the way. I am on a journey to being debt free, and I always pray to God that someday in the near future that will be possible. I've been budgeting for quite a while now. I noticed that it was helping us. I do a zero-based budget, which means every dollar that we get paid goes to a different category. I hope that you consider subscribing. I'd love to have you on my channel, and that way we can track our progress together. Let me zoom you in. I printed this budget form online, so hopefully I have similar expenses to this budgeting form that I printed online before I make a list of all of my expenses on that other form that I had showed you prior to this one. I'm going to highlight everything that we have in common. Expenses that we have. Mortgage, we do have that. Internet, is there one for internet? I didn't see one. What I got done so far was my monthly budget form. This is what I did. I filled it out with all of the expenses. We have mortgage, I added toiletries, electricity. I had to go up because our electric bill has been over. So yeah, I have to add that. Water 40, sewage 80, internet 67. I rounded up on all of these numbers. For example, if I over budget, for example, let's say the electricity bill is only 200. That money stays in the bank. They're only going to withdraw 200 because we are on so the $50 will be left over. And I'm looking forward to those bills starting to go down. That way we can have a little bit of extra funds left over at the bank. And as I said, today is really hot. I can feel it. Trash 40, cable, Hulu $19. This is our only streaming service that we have. Cell phone 125, groceries 150 times 4, which is 4 checks a month. That is $600. Fuel 100, auto insurance 100, car payment 450, debt, which is credit card debt $100, haircuts, I haven't added anything there, and then my last and final one at the bottom is savings. And then what I did is I divided that by 2, which is 1460. Let me see if I added that one. That's 900 plus 50. So that's $3,021. And cost. Okay, that's a total of $3,021. Now that I know the total, $3,021, I need to split that in 2, figure out what bills need to be paid with what check expenses here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these expenses. So mortgage is due on the 1st. I'll put that one's already been paid for. But I'll put it here since with this check we have to pay our mortgage. All right, I'm going to turn that fan on. I had to turn my candle off. We are at 83 today, and it's going to get to high 90s in a couple of days. That's just crazy. That's Arizona weather. We still haven't got a break from all that summer heat. So I'm going to go ahead and write these down, what's going to be paid with what check, and I'll be right back. Hi friends, I'm not sure if I was recording, but anyways, I printed the monthly budget calendar, and what I did is what I highlighted. This is how I highlight the things. So everything that we get paid, my husband gets paid Thursday and Friday, but we cash out the checks on Friday anyway, so I'm just going to say we get paid on the Fridays. We cash out those 2 checks and we pay all the bills that are due on between these days before the next check. We'll pay it with this check. So for example, let's say our car loan, that one's due, I think it's on the 15th or 16th, so we'll pay it with this paycheck. And then we'll just save the funds, leave it in the bank, and then cash everything out. That way we don't spend the money that we have in the bank. And then we pay our car loan. We have money for fuel, for groceries or food. I have money saved up for that. And then haircuts, car insurance. And then the next paycheck will be our mortgage. That's due on the 1st of the month. So we have to save that cash for the next following days. That way on November 1st, we're able to pay it off. This heat is exhausting. It feels so hot in this room. So hot. Sorry if I had to turn on my fan, but I was just too hot and it was making me sleepy. So I'm just going to go over this real quick. This is my monthly budget calendar, how I plan to pay off what bills. And then I have the monthly budget form that I printed. And then I put our total income for my husband and myself, these 2. And then I wrote down all of our expenses, the cost for everything, our budget amount. What I did is I rounded for most of the numbers. yeah, most of them are rounded like to the nearest dollar. And then I'm going to total these up and then divide it. Well, let me total that up right now. I think it's $3,021 and then subtract it from the income, total income. Let me do that again. We have 900 plus 50 plus 250. I must not be calculating something. Budgeting is stressful, friends, especially when the numbers aren't adding up. Okay, I have that one already. I just don't know why I didn't get the right amount when I did use my calculator. I must have done something wrong. Okay, so now this is an easy number. I hope I don't get this wrong. So 3,021 subtract, sorry, let me add up our incomes. 2,900 subtract 1,100. I mean, I hope I added those. Okay, sorry, it's not subtract, it's adding. I'm telling you, I'm getting sleepy, I'm getting tired. This heat is just draining my energy. So I have, something's not right. 2,900 plus 1,116 equals 4,016. So subtract 3,021. We have an over budget of $995. So we'll have money left over. And with that money, we are going to put some of it towards sinking funds, which is like toiletries, a little extra groceries, and then pay off our debt. That's our main focus, which is our credit card and just snowball debt or any other things that we might need throughout the month. Yeah, friends, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry if it wasn't all over the place. The next video is going to be a cash stuffing, so please stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you are notified of all of my upcoming videos. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.